Hey everybody, this is a walkthrough video of how you set up the team end zones and field centers for Stratomatic football. So I'm going to do this on Jeff Smith's computer. So the first step is to connect to his machine with TeamViewer. Now you can do this yourself if you follow these instructions that I'm going to give you. It's pretty simple, and you could do this in the game by just going into each team and setting things up. What we're going to do is we're going to load. We're going to close that out. I'm not sure he wants people to see that. So we're going to go into a website that I have loaded these links on. Let's see. And this is just what I'm showing here is just for 2014. Now you could do this for all seasons, but you need to have the graphics, or you could use the same graphics for everything. Let me finish my transfer here. Okay, refresh this page. So I put some links up on my Draft League's website. So the first thing we're going to do on his machine is we're going to download the field centers and the graphics. Now again, these are just for the 2014 season, and you'll see that the file names are actually 2009. So it doesn't really matter what the graphics are named. You just have to pair these things together. The graphics need to go into a certain directory, and your Stratomatic football.ini needs to point to the directory that your Strat football is installed, and look to see where he has his Strat football installed, so we can get that path. Okay, so it's going to be here on a C drive, I'm sure, sorted by name. So the Stratomatic football. And so everything's this is going to be pretty easy to do. So again, look at 93% of the graphics are installed. So we're going to drop all these graphic files after we unzip them into the graphics teams folder. So I'm going to go into here. So these are like the standard default graphics. So we're going to open up the zip file that we just downloaded from this website. Okay. So we're going to select everything, and we're going to drop them into his teams folder. So I did a Control-C to copy everything, and now I'm doing a Control-V to paste everything. You could also just drag and drop them. So my command may not have registered. Let's try it again. Let's do the drag and drop method. I'll make this a little smaller. Okay, so here it even has a little thing that you could also click on to unzip them to this directory. But I'm just going to see. This is going to make this a little smaller, so we can just do the drag and drop method. So I'm doing Control-A to select everything. I'm pushing down the left mouse button, dragging them over and dropping them in. Now some of these will have, you might have some with a similar name. Now these obviously don't, because they have the 2009 thing in them. So you have the graphics like this for the Chargers, instead of the plain graphics like this that you see for Atlanta. Okay, so those have been dragged over. Now the next thing to do is to edit the Stratomatic football.ini file so it contains those paths. So let's look at what he has in there right now. Again, that's the graphics teams directory. So let's go to date modified. I'm going to hit the first letter of the file, S. Stratomatic football .ini. And he doesn't have his path here. This should be it. I'm double clicking on it, and it's going to open it there. So this is what he has in here now. So he's when you set things up manually, it will record them in this file. So he has, like, you know, he has some player pictures in here. He has team players away, which is pretty much the default ones. So I don't want to mess up anything that he already has, but I need to add in the stuff that I have. So I'm going to grab this. Looks like I did not put the right name, or maybe it's not allowing me to. See, did I load that up there? 1 second. Some hosting sites will delete files with certain extensions, so I may need to zip this. Cinematic Football 2014.ini. It's there. What are we looking for here? Yeah, it's there, but it's not allowing me to download it. So let's just open it up here. So I'm going to zip it up real quick. Okay, and then I need to change the web page so that it's pointing to the zip file. A little behind the scenes thing here. So there, now it's pointing to the zip file. So I've got to FTP this over real quick. This is kind of like what you do when you run a league. You know, you got to update things, move things over. So these two files need to move over. Okay, so that's done. Now back on Jeff's machine, he'll need to refresh the web page. We didn't change the label, but now you see it's pointing to the zip file. So we're going to click that. We're going to say open. Now we need to merge these two files together, but it has to be called Stratomatic football.zip. So the players, the player, I don't really mess with the player icons. So these are just your normal standard icons, but the team logos, which are the field centers, those are the centers that you see. I'm going to copy those over to the team logo section of Jeff's file. So here's Jeff's file. Go to team logos, and you can just paste them in here. Now he had a couple 2014 ones in here, so I want to get rid of those because those are just standard. You don't need that. You should only have one for each team ID. Each of these is a team ID, 1 through 24. You see in my list? So you have 0, 1, 2, 3. Those are all the way up to 31, 0 to 31. That's 32 NFL teams. So this will overwrite things for your draft leagues as well. But if they're using just standard default logos, it's kind of worth the hassle to see the cool logos for when you're playing stock teams. Okay, team picks. So this is the other part. Now these are the end zones. And you see the path there. It has to match your path. Now we're lucky because Jeff loaded them into Stratomatic football graph. You know, he has that same path, C:\\. If yours is on a thumb drive and it's on E or it's on D or whatever, you'll need to change that. So that goes into the team picks. So go down to team picks section, not the player picks, team picks. So here's the team picks. Get rid of that. Okay, team picks. So he had some in here for the USFL. He has a New England one in here. So he's done a couple of teams. I'm just going to pop my stuff back in here. And we're going to get rid of the ones that might conflict. So you don't want another one of these. We don't want this one. Anything that's not one of these seasons that we did. The other seasons we don't care about. 2009, 2012, we didn't do those. Now, if you wanted to do 2013, you could just copy and paste this section and change all the 2014s for those into 2013s, and then it would use the same graphics. But the graphics name has to be the same. This file, Titans_2009, has to be loaded in the Stratomatic Football graphics teams directory. So I'm going to close this out and save it. So now it's saved, and now when Jeff launches his game, he'll have cloner graphics. Let's give it a test. So we don't need this anymore. So we're going to open up Stratomatic Football, and we'll just launch a game. That's good. 2014 Minnesota versus 2014 New England. That'll work just fine. So now you see he has the center logos and the end zones. Now let's do one more thing for him. Let me check with him first to make sure this is okay. So you can also load a new scoreboard. So let's see if he wants that. He's saying it was a pain in the ass. It's really not. It's really simple once you know how to do it. And every year I just update it. I'll copy the last year's and just put the new year's. Okay. So the scoreboard files are loaded here. Stratomatic Football, graphics, scoreboard. I'm just going to grab mine and back it up. Because I have some of the yellow stuff and some of the white ones too. So this is combo scoreboard. So let's take that, put that on the website. I'm not even going to add it. I'm just going to copy it over. Let's see how I named it. But you don't even have to have a combo underscore scoreboard. Okay, so we're going to go pop that over. And there it is. Go back to Jeff's machine. And let's just put the path in. That should just take me right to the download. I'm going to say open. And we'll just grab everything. Control A, Control C, and let's go over to the Stratomatic Football directory. And again, this is graphics and score for. Okay, so that didn't do what I wanted to do. It just, I want the contents of it, not the whole thing. So let me just drag and drop it. And we can get rid of that zip. Okay, so now we can close this, and close this. So let's change it to a couple different, let's change it to the Seahawks. So you can see both of our favorite teams are the Seahawks, so you can see their graphics in Ultra Glory. There you go. Okay, so that's that. That's how you set up your graphics for 1 year. Now, again, what I have is I have all the years with different types of graphic files and stuff like that. And one of these days I'll put up a zip with all of them. But for right now, you can get as intricate and as complex as you like, but I like to keep it simple. So there you go. And let me shut this down. I hope that helped. Take care.